Hey everybody, anonymous Qs for the week. We have 2. How much water is too much? And does being in a calorie deficit reduce energy levels? What helps increase motivation when feeling tired? That's actually 3, obviously, but 2 of them were from one person. Anyway, how much water is too much? Right, so if you go away and Google this, right, and I never Googled it, but I remember this 3 years ago, one woman died from drinking 8 litres of water per day, all right? Now, the reason that she was doing that was she was on some random shitty fat loss diet thing. In fact, I don't even think it was a diet, because for a diet, you would need to actually eat food. She was pretty much living on water and shakes, I think. Anyway, she died, so what happens is you water down all the nutrients that are in your body, so you end up, even though you're drinking loads of water, it flushes out everything and it's not cool, all right? Predominantly, you are not going to die by drinking 5 litres of water a day, so please do not stress about that, all right? It's probably an individual thing, I would imagine. However, there is no evidence, no stories, no anything to say that anybody has died drinking 5 litres of water a day, providing you are getting all your other vitamins and minerals and eating actual food, all right? If you're going to go and just drink 5 litres of water a day, then yeah, you'll probably die, because I think you can live for 3 weeks. Can you live for 3 weeks without food? And 3 days without water or something? Anyway, right, do not be stressing. I ask you to drink between 4 and 5 litres a day, and a lot of the time you'll think that you can't do that because you're used to drinking 2, but you probably consume about another 1 to 2 litres in liquid, whether that's tea, juice, coffee, etc, etc. So drinking 4 or 5 litres, yes, it might be difficult to start with, like most habits, but it's totally doable. So stay away from anything over 5 would be my top advice. Question number 2. Does being in a calorie deficit reduce energy levels? Absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely, I would like to say to that. So when we go into a calorie deficit, right, your body will use the limited calories as it has for the necessities, like getting the blood pumped around your body, making your heart work, breathing, right? So stuff that it classes as essential to keep it alive, all right? Any calories that are left over will be used for the non-essential stuff. Now, we might class them as essential, like a decent night's sleep and staying warm, but your body does not class that as essential. So getting your blood pumping and making sure that you're breathing are obviously quite critical to staying alive. So your body will use them first. So the bigger the deficit, the less calories your body has left over for the non-essential things, which is quite often why people in a calorie deficit have less energy, have brain fog, have disturbed sleep, and are freezing cold. All right, I'm usually the freezing cold person, to be fair. I'm not the warmest anyway, but when I'm in a calorie deficit, I'm even colder, all right? But a lot of people, it massively disrupts sleep. And also, you might be constantly sore because your body doesn't have enough calories to repair the muscles that you've been using and tearing and building. So yes, energy levels, reduced energy levels, absolutely, 100%. You just need to suck it up, all right? You need to decide what you want more. Do you want to bounce about like full of beans, or do you just want to turn up at the gym and do what you're meant to be doing? Yeah, so that you can change your body composition, all right? If you are dieting properly, it is for a short term only, so you just need to change your mindset to it, all right? And also, what helps increase motivation when feeling tired? Motivation sucks, all right? Motivation comes and goes. I've spoken about this before. You do not need motivation, you need discipline, all right? We are all motivated to do it, whatever that is, at the beginning of the goal, whether it's fat loss, whether it's turning up to the gym, whether it's, I can't think of anything else, going to your work, because it's dead exciting because you've got a new project going, all right? And the further in we get, the harder it is. That's when discipline, you need to set your alarm, you need to journal, you need to write your intentions down, you need to make a date with a pal so you don't patch them, you need to book into classes in advance. That is all called discipline, all right? And also, when you're feeling tired, right, you're no 3 years old, Right, you absolutely know what you need to do to improve your health. You just need to get it done. We over-dramatise it as women. We do over-dramatise it. I'm totally guilty of that as well, all right? You just need discipline. It needs done. Just do it. All right? Banging. Bye.